From San Diego State, Kawhi Leonard, Billy White, DJ Gay. From UNLV, Trayvon Willis, and the tournament MVP, Jimmer Fredette. For San Diego State, we have Coach Steve Fisher, Kawhi Leonard, DJ Gay, Billy White. Coach, if we can start with you, your comments on today's game.
I want to, first of all, congratulate Dave Rose and his BYU squad on a phenomenal season, seasons, plural. I told Jackson Emery and Jimmer as they were walking back that it's been a privilege to compete against them. We haven't had too many times to be able to do this, celebrate after competing against them. They're good. They're well coached. I think they have represented the league themselves, their school, the right way. So we're hoping that both of us can go a long way in the NCAA tournament. With our club, we know that we're good. How good, we still don't know, but we had a thought that if we came and competed, we would have a chance to back-to-back cut down nets. Doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen unless you have talented players with character that will give to get. And they've done that to the 10th degree. The three who are up here now, our two seniors, DJ and Billy, have been with us for 4 years. And they have been such a backbone to the program that words can't describe how much we owe them. And Kawhi is Kawhi. Every day he delivers more than is expected, and we expect a lot. So this is a wonderful feeling. It's a well-deserved feeling for our kids. 32-2, back-to-back championships, and now the anticipation of the next tournament. So we're excited. We're proud to represent our league as the tournament champs, and we look forward to the NCAA tournament.
Thank you, Coach. Now we'll take questions for the student athletes.
Kawhi, what was your reaction when you just heard that Fredette was named tournament MVP?
I just thought it would go to a winning team, but you know, he played a great tournament, so I'm not doubting him at all. I don't know what he averaged, but he had 52 semifinal game, and that deserves an MVP.
This game was won by more than just us three and Coach Fisher. James Rayhan, Chase Tapley, Malcolm Thomas, and BC. And they came off the bench and played great for us tonight. They made key plays, knocked down big shots for us, and it was an all-around effort from everybody. Everybody was on the same page. We knew exactly what the game plan was, and we stuck to it.
Billy, today was your first time playing BYU without Brandon Davies. How much of a factor do you think that was in winning today?
It's a big factor. You know, he's one of the key players on that team too, as well. You know, but we took advantage of that, and we just crashed the boards, and just played San Diego State basketball. We knew that if we just try to contain Jimmer and try to make everybody else shoot, we knew that we had the game.
Right here.
Billy, what was your plan of attack in trying to contain Jimmer, and why were you able to execute it so successfully?
Just try to. Our gameplay was just try to force a middle. If I knew that I had help in the middle, and we just executed that. And sometimes he made hard shots. That's Jimmer. He's going to make shots, and we, like I say, he's a hard person to stop. You can't technically just stop him. We know that he was going to score, and we just, like I said, we just try to contain him.
Kawhi, you guys, during the course of the regular season, there was a lot of mutual respect with these two teams. At the end of the game, you and Jimmer were talking. Was that more respect, or was that just a little other stuff?
More respect. Just telling them that they play hard. Both teams play hard.
This is for all three of you guys. With BYU beating you guys twice in the regular season, how does it feel to come out in the biggest game of the year and play so well and beat them?
It feels great. I can't tell you that, those 2 losses weren't on our mind because it definitely was. It was another thing that we can use as motivation on our end. And, they're a very good team. And, we haven't really beaten them, a lot over my career here. And just to go out with that win is huge for the team and myself personally.
Right here.
For any of the players, most of the projections have you as either a 2 or a 3 seed. Do you think that today's game makes a statement to the selection committee that maybe you deserve a 1?
Honestly, that the whole 2, 3, or 1 isn't really a big deal. We're just happy to be playing in it and have the opportunity to be playing in the NCAA tournament once again. If we get a 2 seed, great. Get a 3 seed, great. But at the end of the day, we just want to have the opportunity to compete in the NCAA tournament again.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Where?
Billy, Arnie Stapleton from Associated Press. Can you tell me, you've had a great season as a team all year long, 32-2, but can you tell me how you think you guys are peaking maybe right now at the best time?
Well, I think we always, come together at this time of the year. Last year we started to find ourselves at the end of the year. We just bonded together and, just competed. We knew that this was a big game for us. We lost to them 2 times in a row. And, everybody knew that we needed this game. And I think we just played hard. Both teams played hard, and I think we just played a little bit harder, and it just showed today.
Billy, after the game, you were up on the shoulders of some people. Did you know any of those people? Were they just friends or fans or family or what?
I knew a couple, but, not all of them.
Is that a first for you?
Yeah, it just feels good, just to win on that floor and just to be in my hometown with the people I love.
Okay, at this time, we'll dismiss our student athletes. Thank you, gentlemen. Now we'll take questions for Coach Fisher.
Steve, how much of your strategy was, particularly defensively, was dictated by the 3 games in 3 days and the cumulative effect of fatigue?
Well, our strategy was make sure we don't give up easy baskets because this is the best running team we will play all season. Jimmer Fredette is the key to their team. We wanted to make him take hard shots. We tried to keep him off of the free throw line, didn't do a great job of that. And then the number one thing that we said that we did not do a good enough job was rebounding the ball. This team rebounds better than most people realize, BYU does. So I thought we were a little better on all of those fronts. But I thought collectively our defensive energy in all 3 games has been really outstanding. We are long and we plug holes and gaps and turn easy shots into really hard contested shots. And we did that once again. I do think that Billy White has played his most consistent, effective, productive basketball for us. And when he does that, obviously that elevates everything else about our team. But we've got good players. We've got a lot of ways we can win. We felt like we needed to play a lot of people early and then see what it's like in the second half, and we tried to do that from the beginning.
Coach, is Billy's performance even more impressive considering what you asked him to do defensively? He was able to do it on the other side of the court as well. And a little bit about the freshman Franklin and his defensive minutes when he was in there on Jimmer.
Billy's a phenomenal athlete. He never gets tired. When he's hurt, he's not hurt. He needs maybe 20 seconds to regain his breath, and he's ready to go again. So I never worried about Billy being fatigued and not able to play, to do whatever we asked. He was more focused on how to do things, I thought, in this 3-game stint. Jamal, if we said who's most improved from October to March, probably Jamal. I said this Thursday, I think. He's revamped his shot to where now he can shoot the ball. a very good athlete, and I think he's been chomping at the bit and got a little opportunity, and I know our fans are looking forward to having him for 3 more years with us.
We're here, Coach.
Steve, can you talk about how your approach was different this time, facing the Cougars without Davies and with the smaller lineup that they put out there?
It really wasn't a whole lot different. We went back and looked at our last game, and we showed them things that we failed to do against their zone, and we were much better at it today, I thought, especially, and I'm coming back to Billy. We said you got to post a body inside. Don't float out to the short corner. Don't let them push you out to the three-point line. And we were better at that. Obviously, a 6'8", 6'9", really good player, no longer there, affects you. But we played well. We played very good basketball at both ends.
Right here.
Coach, you've had the opportunity to coach a national championship team in Michigan. You had the Fab Five. You've had some terrific teams, Michigan and San Diego State. Where would you rank this particular team as far as possible national championship goals and perhaps the team that won in Michigan?
I don't want to get too far ahead of anything. Our goal and our fans' goals are, let's win a game. We have never done that. I've had the privilege to go to 3 at San Diego State. I haven't won one yet. So we need to find a way to win one. And we'll talk on that. We'll talk on, what we have to do that. So that's our focus, and we're not looking too far ahead. We're not want to tell people how good we think we are. We believe, and we know we're a good team, but there are a lot of good teams that will be in this NCAA tournament.
Here.
Coach, what do you think that this victory, given how you guys won it and how dominant that you guys were, what does this say about your program heading into the final stretch here?
I know that we've got the tenacity and the resiliency to stick with it. You have to stay healthy. Right now we're healthy. You have to be confident. We've won 32 games, so we're very confident. We're a good defensive team. It's the best defensive team we've had at San Diego State. And you can win when you are as athletic as we are and you guard as hard as we do. You might not be making a lot of shots, but you find ways to get easy shots that eventually will turn into making a lot of shots. So we've got a nice team that right now we feel good about ourselves.
Right here.
Steve, for a good portion of the game, it almost looked like you were substituting like a hockey coach on Jimmer. Everybody had him for a few minutes, and then someone else came on. Is this a different strategy than you've used before, and is it maybe more aggressive in that regard?
Tim, I don't think it's too much different than our last game with them at our place. It is different from when we played at BYU. We had a guy guarding for a long stretch at BYU. In this game, that was the plan. Our thought was we wanted to switch every ball screen, but we said, let's start Billy, length on him, then we'll go to Kawhi or Chase, and then we'll go to the other one, and that would be our 3-man rotation who would guard him as he brought the ball up the floor. But we were switching everybody except our, the guy guarding their post player, if he would use the screen. He's hard to guard, and I think that you wear down a little bit when you try to really say, I'm not going to give you those 35-footers that you make with regularity. That was the focus to make sure that we kept a relatively fresh body on him.
Let's go here.
Coach, with your record and your RPI, what will your initial reaction be tomorrow if you're not a 1 seed?
I'm like DJ. I'm not going to get caught up too much in seed, where we go. Does no good. We knew before the tournament started we were going to be in the tournament. We know we're going to have now a high seed. What that is, I don't know. But we've been a double-digit seed the 3 times we've been in. So I know we're going to be single-digit, and in that higher or lower single-digit. So I'm not going to worry about that.
Back here.
Coach, you've talked a lot this season about shared burden, offense, defense, leadership. but when DJ was speaking earlier, you seemed to smile almost with a father's pride. Can you talk a little bit about just kind of the difference that DJ is in terms of leadership on this team?
DJ is a quiet leader. He leads by example. He's a business-like approach, doesn't like to mess around, doesn't like to boast about what he's done, but he, more than anybody we had, worked between seasons to get better, and because of him doing it, it pulled everybody into doing it. He's a wonderful, wonderful example of what you can do if you put your mind to it. DJ Gay, when he came out of high school, people weren't sure he was a Division I player. And he's proved that and then some, that he's not only a Division I player, but he's a winner at the highest level.
Anything else? One more.
Coach, what's most satisfying about this run, about being where you guys are right now? What makes you feel so good about it?
It feels good any time you work as hard as you do. And we're not the only one that did that. All 8 of the teams who came here have worked, and probably worked as hard as we have. So I've done it long enough to know that to do what we're doing now, be last up at the podium, have the nets when you go home, you need to be good, you need to be a little bit lucky, you need to do it together, and then when you do it, and as you're doing it, you need to savor it. And we've really all done that, myself included. We've not just said we got to win the tournament, we got to win this conference. We've enjoyed every little step along the way, and I think that's helped us win the conference and win the tournament.
Follow.
More so than earlier in your career, maybe? I mean, is it more gratifying? Can you wrap your arms around a little bit more at this stage?
I think when you get a little age and experience about you, you're a little more wise in terms of stepping back, taking a deep breath. Everybody talks about it. But most people in my profession, they're worried about keeping their job. Fact. I'm not worried about that. I got my job, and I'll leave when I want to leave. So those worries you don't have, and I think that helps you. I think when you got a good family. I'm 36 years, got my son on the bench. It's fun to be a part of that. And I know that that doesn't happen to many families. To work with your son or daughter every day, you can't beat it. So I'm living a dream. I told our players, dream big, and I'm doing that too.